MJZ Reviews here, and today I'm going to be doing my 30 subscriber special. I know, right? 30 subs. Right, I'm joking. I know, 30 subs isn't that much, but, we have to start somewhere in the end. And, yes, today I'm going to be talking about how I got into anime and manga. And, again, this is going to be unedited, so there's going to be a lot of stuttering. And, I'm trying to remember things from my past, so I'm going to probably have, a few long pauses here and there. But, yeah, let's just get to it. So, it was. I remember when I was a kid, like 5 years old, I would watch like these Studio Ghibli movies, and I found them, quite weird, but I still enjoyed them. I was quite scared of, especially Spirited Away. But at the time, I didn't really realize that they were anime, and they were basically anime, and I didn't realize that at the time. And a few years, well, not even like 6 years later, au pair came in. If you don't know what an au pair is, it's kind of a guy or a girl who stays at your house, gets a bit of work experience and kind of, does jobs around the house and takes, you to school and back, because my parents would, they work quite late and start quite early, so kind of needed somebody to help out. So my au pair came around, and he was my last au pair. I think it was 4 years ago, I think, and basically I enjoyed like my first few months with this au pair, and then he started talking about this series called Naruto on the way to school, and I was like, what you on about? It sounds interesting, and he sounded interesting. It was a bit weird though, but it sounded interesting, and he would just go on and on and on about Naruto, and yeah, I found that interesting. Then one day he said, "Do you want to watch anime?" And I was like, I don't anime. I think that's like Dragon Ball Z. And he said, "Yeah, a bit like that, but we're gonna watch Full Metal Alchemist, the original Full Metal Alchemist." So we just watched that every day for ages, and then when we finished that, he said. We were quite upset because there wasn't a complete ending to the original Full Metal Alchemist, but then we got introduced to Brotherhood, which I think I preferred in the end. I watched the French dub of that, which was quite weird, but yeah, it was a fun time. And during that time, I kind of had this comic book craze. I was like, oh, maybe I should check out the comic book shop. Near me, and one of the only ones near me is the Forbidden Planet. So I went to the Forbidden Planet and got like free comics. I just got random issues. I don't know why. I didn't really know how comics worked at the time. But there they had like a lot of manga, and I'd heard about it. And my au pair said he had a bit of a collection at home, so I decided to get one of these Naruto 3-in-1, and I got it, and I read it all in that one night, and I got used to reading it right to left like really easily. And like some people, they really struggle reading it that way. I don't know why, but now it's like second nature to me, if you know what I mean. But yeah, that I just remember spending that whole night reading a 3-in-1, and I found it really interesting. And when I was reading it to myself, I got all the pronunciations wrong because I hadn't heard of these characters before. So I called in my head I was calling Sasuke Sasuke. I was calling the Hokage the Lord Hokage, which really bad pronunciations. But later on, it was coming summertime. My au pair was going back for the summer, and I got my mum's iPad and I started watching Naruto on YouTube. Back then, they actually had it on YouTube, but now the copyrights, a lot of people, no, the copyright laws are stricter, I think, and the videos get taken down like really quickly. And I remember just watching the anime from where the manga left off, and yeah, I kind of skipped a few parts, so I ruined my own experience with Naruto. But I really enjoyed it at the time. I was like really hooked onto Naruto. I couldn't get enough of it. If you know what I mean. Like I would spend my whole summer, just thinking about it, trying to see if they were selling any, like Naruto merchandise anywhere where I was, and I really enjoyed it, even though it really did spoil my experience with it. I went from volume like 10 to volume 63, which is absolutely insane. But luckily, I came back later on that year, yeah, and as time went on, the only series I was checking out was Naruto. I was kind of getting bored of it, and then one day, because of complications, my au pair like suddenly like left, and that kind of really upset me. We're still in touch now, so I talk to him, like a few times a year, and yeah, when he left, I was like, what should I do? I have a lot more free time now because I was used to like spending time with him, going to the park with him, and we'd have like a lot of fun. And then I remember him talking about One Piece. So this, yeah, so I'm talking about 3 years ago, but I remember a year before that, so 4 years ago. On the way to school, he was talking about One Piece, and he was going on about this kind of like world of One Piece. The characters, the Grand Line, and characters like Smoker and stuff like that, which they sound like really cool. And I was like, okay, so so still 4 years ago, I got a 3-in-1, and I was like, yeah, it's okay. I like the art style, but it's I find it a bit childish compared to Naruto, which is really gritty and stuff like that. I enjoyed that at the time, but then when he left, I was like, I kind of felt this kind of emptiness. So I decided to check out One Piece in honor of him. So I got volumes 4, 5, and 6 in 3-in-1, which is down there. That's what I was looking at. Yeah, and he'd been telling me about One Piece, and he kind of got angry that I didn't check it out and that I refused to, read it at the time. And yeah, I remember getting volumes 4, 5, and 6, and I really liked the volume 6 in it. And I remember I was going to my grandma's house at the time, and it's like a 3-hour car journey. And I remember wasting all of my mobile data on One Piece, and I was staying there for a week, and I wasn't doing much, all week. So I just binged One Piece. I didn't watch all of it. I think I went from the Baratie arc to the start of Skypiea, I think. So I got through a lot. My grandparents were like, why aren't you talking to the rest of your family? I was like, sorry, I'm a bit busy. But yeah, I remember that was just a really fun time. Finding a series as big as One Piece, and I was lucky because back then I had so much time on my hands, and like I do now, even though now it's approaching, it's nearly summertime, so I have more free time. But I remember, I had so much free time back then, and you know, I really like thinking about early One Piece, and yeah, it kind of when I remember early One Piece, I remember like this time in my life which was like fun and exciting, and yeah, that's why I like rereading One Piece because I get to remember these good times that I had. So yeah, and after that I finished One Piece by the end of the summer, I think. So after that, I was like, ooh, I was watching a lot of it on YouTube. They cut out a lot of bits on YouTube, so I decided to get this big One Piece 24 volumes box set so I could kind of recap my mind on that. And yeah, after that, I decided I'm not going to be. After that I was like, should I just carry on watching the anime or should I carry on, or should I read the manga? And I was like, by then I was like so attached to the series that I decided to read the manga, and then I got up to date and I remember reading it every week, and I still do now, and listening to the One Piece podcast every week. That was really fun, and I didn't do what I did with Naruto, which is just like kind of stay with that series and not like expand my reaches. I decided to watch more anime and stuff like that. So I decided to get into Hunter x Hunter, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, and more stuff like that. And yeah, and every day I'm exploring and reading new series, which is really exciting. I remember like it's kind of like depressing time when I was only focused on Naruto, and I didn't really want to get onto anything else. And I really should have, because I got really bored of Naruto. That kind of killed my experience for a bit. And yeah, and that moves on. 2 or 3 years later, the modern day. But now I have this huge manga collection, and yeah, life's good. So that's how I got into anime and manga, and in the end, it's all thanks to my au pair. So I don't want to, say his name out to everyone, because I don't have his permission. But uh, if you are watching this, thank you very much for introducing me to this. And yeah, uh, yeah. So I think that's it. I could go on for another 10 minutes, but I've decided to keep it short. Well, relatively short. And yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Thanks.